Bottom of the ninth inning, tie game. Winning run at second base, Jose Caballero dumps one into center field. Aaron Judge slides home, and the Yankees walk it off into the postseason for the 60th time in the organization's history. The celebration started on the field, then went into the clubhouse, where Aaron Boone said that was just one box to check, and then it was time for some champagne and beer. But there is something else to go for, and that's the American League East title. The Blue Jays lost last night. The Yankees win, one game behind the loss column. Remember, Toronto owns the tiebreaker over the Yankees, so the Yankees need to game 2 to win the East. And now it is time for baseball, as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Chicago White Sox in the middle game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Mike O'Kay. Well, the Yankees got what they wanted to do done last night, but they still want to win the American League East. So that was not the finish line. That's just one step. And really, they need to win every single game. And what a good way to start by having Max Fried go out to the mound.
Well, Max Fried has been something. When you brought him over, you needed somebody to fill in for Garrett Cole. Well, career highs, 18 wins. He's been the ace all year, the stopper. Went through a little mid-season thing, I think had a lot to do with a blister on his finger. But his last 6 starts, 5-0, and he's dealing.
5-0, and the numbers are even better when you go under the hood. 1.60 ERA, more than a strikeout per inning, and opponents hitting just .210 against him. Well, the celebration went into the night. The Yankees feeling good about things. They played very well since the middle of August. What did they say? What are their hopes and aspirations? Meredith Marakovitz has more when we return right here on Yes.
On Yes, I'm Meredith Marakovitz, coming to you from the Yankee Museum. Last night, the Yankees officially punched their ticket to the postseason thanks to a Jose Caballero walk-off hit. In the clubhouse afterwards, champagne was flowing as the team was celebrating. The message was pretty clear. They aren't just happy about getting in. They have a bigger goal in mind.
It never gets old. Our ultimate goal is to win our division. It's still, right there for us. So, we're excited about getting in, but we got bigger things ahead of us.
Easily, you look at it on paper, it's one of the most talented teams in the league. But I've said it year in and year out. I mean, the veteran leadership here it sets this place apart. And it's all we talk about every day is the mental side and really wanting to do it. So I think we just have the right set of guys to go all the way.
I think through the ups and downs of the season, right? We never doubted each other. We believe in this group of guys in here, and baseball is a really hard game, and ultimately we just try to play our best baseball. We're playing really well right now.
We're not here just to win, to get into the wild card. We're here to win the division, and I feel like we're very close to that. And we're going to come up to that. It's going to be these last 5 games left, and I think that it's going to show who's really going to be ready for that day and see how we get there.
This is an important first step, an important time to appreciate one another, celebrate one another, but also understanding that we got much loftier goals and we got to keep our eyes on that.
While it was all excitement last night, tonight the Yankees are going to have to get back to business if they want to remain in the race for the AL East. It's going to be Max Fried getting the ball right here on Yes when we get back.
In part by Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. By Monica Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. By Chef IQ, the wireless stay-in food thermometer that guarantees steakhouse results. To get perfection, visit chefiq.com. And by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today only at your local Hyundai dealer. Jose Caballero had to feel great as he had the walk-off hit to give the Yankees their 60th entry into the postseason since 1903 when the organization began. And now Max Fried will try to keep the winning going as the Yankees attempt to overtake the Toronto Blue Jays and win the American League East. So Fried's been great. Let's take a look at the White Sox starting lineup that he's going to face. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Chase Mydroth, the second baseman, leads off. Curtis Mead at third. Edgar Caro, the catcher, will hit third. First baseman is Miguel Vargas. Colson Montgomery, the shortstop, bats fifth. Batting sixth and DHing, Lenine Sosa. Corey Julk in left field will bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing right field, Brooks Baldwin. And Michael A. Taylor is the center fielder batting ninth, with Frazier Ellard, part of a bullpen game, getting the start for the White Sox. There's Max Fried, 32nd start, 18-5, 2.92 ERA. All the numbers are great. Now let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, maxed out. He's been on an unbelievable run here. He had that little blister issue through kind of mediocre for his season early, but his last 6 games, 5-0, 1.60 ERA. He's been your ace all year, and career high 18 wins, and also tied a career high with 13 strikeouts last Thursday in Baltimore. And Tuesday or later, we'll have to wait and see. He'll be your #1 starter if it's the wild card, or if they figure out how to win this American League East, it could be in the ALDS.
Well, to bring it down the numbers, if the Yankees win their remaining 5 and the Blue Jays go 3-2, the Yankees win the American League East. So it's not going to be easy, but certainly it can be done, and the Yankees have made a lot of ground in the month of September. So Chase Mydroth is ready. Max Fried on the backside of the mound, trying to get his 19th win. He leads Major League Baseball with 18. The lefty sets, and let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch, up and away, and we're underway. The crew chief is Dan Bellino. He's behind home plate. Clint Vondrak at first, Tony Randazzo at second. Phil Cuzzi is over at third. And a strike.
Yeah, when you think about it, Michael, if he wins tonight, that'd be 19 wins. He won't have another start in the regular season, so there'll be no 20-game winners in baseball again this year. Huh?
It's a dying breed. Grounded foul, 1-2. Well, it's different because you only get 32 starts.
Yeah.
And in the past, you get much more. Let's check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge left to right in the outfield. Infield, McMahon, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. Rice is behind the plate. First time he's catching Max Fried all year. Grounded to third. That's a foul ball. Once it crossed third base, then it became Phil Cuzzi's call. He immediately put his hands up to signal foul ball.
Paul Goldschmidt throwing it around the horn there. Thought we got the first out. All right, we're off to a good start. Yeah, foul ball.
Interesting to see Rice behind the plate. All of Fried's games have been caught by Wells or Escara. Rice has never gotten a turn, and Boone talked it over with Fried. Said, "Yeah, let's do it," because Fried might be pitching to Rice in the playoff series. Swing and a miss. Mydroth down on strikes. All right, Paul, time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, there's a lot at stake. I mean, clinching last night, but home field for the wild card still out there. The American League East is still out there, and early and often you needed an unbelievable comeback last night in the ninth. You can't let Chicago stay in the game. You got to put them away early, and then they'll probably roll over, and you can go on to tomorrow. And right now, Michael, the bullpen has been hot. Last 6 games, 0.48 ERA. Could be a better time for them to get ready for the playoffs.
You like that song, don't you? Right now.
I was going to ask you. I guess you know it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
A little Van Halen for you?
Yeah. Right back to the 3-time Gold Glove winner, 2-way. Let's check out what Dan Bellino's all about. Hitter friendly, but not pinned. 18th big league season. We told you he's the crew chief. Fewer high strikes and fewer inside strikes. And here's Edgar Caro, who really hits lefties well. Hits a 367 number against left-handed pitching. There's a strike.
It's a little different kind of lefty, though, we got out there tonight, Michael. But
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh, 0-2.
grab back there in the stands. You're coming to a ball game, Michael. You get a barehanded catch in the first inning, you're set for the day.
Right. House is money after that. 0-2. 1-2. Caro 7 hits in his last 40 at bats, so a little bit of a slump. 2-2. White Sox have lost 9 of 10. They have a terrible record on the road, 25-51. And on the road, they've lost 4 straight and 5 of 6. One more loss, and they have their 3rd straight 100-loss season. Yankees 4-1 in 5 games against them so far this year. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Good first inning. 2 strikeouts. White Sox go down in order 1-2-3. White Sox nothing. The Yankees coming to bat. White Sox go down 1-2-3 in the first. Now it's the Yankees' turn. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Trent Grisham in center field leads off. Then Aaron Judge in right. Cody Bellinger in left. Cleaning up the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. Red hot Ben Rice. He's catching and batting 5th. Batting 6th, playing first base. Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at 2nd. Anthony Volpe at short. And Ryan McMahon, the 3rd baseman, will bat 9th. And there's Frazier Ellert. 17th game, 3rd start. 20 strikeouts in 16 innings, but a walk per inning as well. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, it's a bullpen game. Ellert is a left-handed opener, but he won't be in there long. So he's got a good slider. Batters are 1 for 18 so far. He's only got 16 innings of work this year. An unknown. I mean, there's really no script tonight. There's no guy that's designated to come in after. It's just a 9-man bullpen coming after you for the White Sox.
Check out the defense brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. We'll tell you this, you can steal on them. 17.6 caught stealing percentage, 4th lowest in baseball. Taylor's a very good defender in center field, but did make the play on Caballero's blooper that won the game last night. Yankees looking for their 90th win. They're 89-68, 21 games over 500. That's their season high. Trent Grisham takes up and away, 1-0. Ellert is 27 years old. Came up when the roster's expanded, has a 3.24 ERA in 8 games this month, but does have those 10 walks. He missed 2 months in May and June with a left lat strain. Boston jumps out to a 3-0 lead over Toronto. Top of the first inning.
Got to realize Crochet's pitching for Boston, who can be unhittable. So that's a pretty big lead to hand him in the first inning.
You'd have to think that Toronto is starting to feel the pressure. The Yankees keep winning, and that number keeps going down. Now it's just 1 game. Now there was a seemingly bad call against George Springer on a ball hit over 3rd base. It looked like it was fair. They called it foul. Then he got punched out on the next pitch. And our friends at John Boy read his lips. And he said to the umpire, if you guys want the Yankees to win, just tell us. And
whatever.
I mean, whoever wrote that script, probably a friend of Stephen King. Yeah, let's let the Yankees go 20-31. And really had to dig themselves out of a hole the last month.
I mean, the whole division was in Toronto's hands. So, you know, that was kind of a weird comment. All they could do is win some games, and they haven't been able to do it.
Grisham works a walk to start off the first inning. There's Aaron Judge sitting at 49 home runs, trying to hit for his 50th home run, and it would be his 4th 50 home run season or more.
Look, his OPS barely fits in the box, Michael. That's a large number.
Foul bat. Another intentional walk yesterday. 34 intentional walks. And now that ties Ted Williams, who had 34 in 1957 for the most in American League history. But how about this ball? That ball gets away, allowing Grisham to go to second. The major league record. Bonds 120.
Yeah, it's that was absurd that year. I mean, see the wild pitch, and all of a sudden the Yankees are already set up here. But 120.
2004.
Why even take batting practice?
Wow.
You're not even going to get to swing the bat.
1-1 on Judge. 1-2. Foul bat.
A couple good swings. This has not been able to square it up. A lot of fastballs. You don't see that very often when a pitcher's going after Aaron Judge.
Cal Raleigh leads Major League Baseball with 58 home runs. Schwarber 54. Ohtani 53. Judge is next. Now 49. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Sent Clinton Von Graff. Close. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Judge. Grisham's at second. And the count is full at 3-2. Last 12 games, Judge hitting .405, 15 for 37. In September, hitting .333. And a walk. How about this stat, Paul? He's now reached base safely in 34 of his last 58 plate appearances.
That's pretty good on-base percentage.
All right, game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 74 degrees. They don't even know anymore. There is some rain in the forecast, especially tomorrow, but I haven't heard much about tonight.
I think it's later tonight, Michael. Let's just get out of here before it starts. And, if you do the math on that, Aaron Judge on-base percentage?
Yep.
.586.
Wow.
A good on-base percentage, anything over 4, it puts it into perspective, right?
I mean, that's like an on-base percentage in the beer league in Central Florida.
Exactly.
Ethan Katz, the pitching coach, goes out and talks with Ellard. Ethan Katz was the pitching coach for Westlake in L.A. when they had Max Fried on the mound for them.
Well, the bullpen up early. You knew that Ellard wasn't going to go long, but I'm sure that Venable would like to see him get through the first inning.
One swing, and Bellinger rounds out things with 30 home runs and 100 ribbies, although he has been struggling of late. 5 for his last 36. 1-0. You mentioned we don't know what the White Sox are going to do, what their plan is, and because of that, Boone wanted to make sure he got Goldschmidt in and Rice in, because you're not going to match up against everybody they bring in, but you want to be somewhat evenly distributed.
They got a lot of lefties in their bullpen too, so you want Goldschmidt in the lineup to get some at bats, and you cannot take Ben Rice out of the lineup right now the way he's swinging the bat. I think
Grisham at second, Judge at first.
Great point you made also that you never know in the playoffs. Ben Rice might be catching 3, so you better get some work.
The 3-0. Ball 4. 3 walks to load the bases for the Yankees in the first inning. That brings up Stanton.
Well, this was the closest pitch, but Dan Bellino felt like it did not hit the corner, which it did.
So here's Stanton. Now, Stanton's been striking out a lot of late. 35 strikeouts his last 78 plate appearances. So when he came off the IL. He was locked into everything. Great plate discipline, but now swinging to some pitches that he was hitting. 2-0. Having trouble finding the strike zone.
Well, this is obviously not a comfortable spot. If you're Fraser Ellard out there, bases loaded, can't get the ball over the plate, and you got a guy at the plate that can hit at a mile.
3-0.
Got to be a lonely place. I wish Coney was here. I could ask him out there. You can't throw the ball over the plate, and they just keep walking to the plate. But guys that want to just put a big number up.
All likelihood Stanton has the green light here. Expecting Ellard to just try to get a strike. He does, and Stanton took. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. The lefty deals. 3-2. See a little rain on the screen, Paul.
I don't even know anymore. When that scatter report for the weather.
I guess we know now. Payoff. Fly ball right field. Baldwin has pretty good arm. He'll make the catch. Tagging and just bluffing is Grisham. Throw comes all the way home. So from 3-0, he gets Stanton to fly out to shallow right. Sunday, Rice came up with the bases loaded, Paul.
Yeah, off a lefty, top of the 10th. Well, that was a 4 spot right there. Grand slam. Really put an exclamation point on that road trip.
One 1-0 on Rice. Last 11 games, Rice 17 for 37. That's .459. On the .487 on base percentage. Strike. 1-1. Time for the Ponchos. 1-1. Check swing. 2-1.
You see Ellard's delivery. It's a sidearm delivery. So as a lefty, you're always kind of looking away because, you know, they kind of sling it across the plate. That ball up and in kind of tied him up.
3-1 on Rice. Bases loaded. 1 out. The 3-1. 3-2. .28 pitches for Ellard. Foul back. Rice continues the battle.
29 pitches, 3 walks. He haven't crossed the plate yet. That's kind of hard to do, right?
He still has a chance to work out of it. 3-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on the slider. 2 away now. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. Will Goldschmidt face Ellard?
Well, nowhere in his mind did Ben Rice see that he would see a breaking ball with a guy who's been struggling with control. And he just went with it. Got Rice way out in front for a swing and a miss.
All right, so Venable's going to go to the bullpen. He will bring on Cannon to face Goldschmidt with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Stay tuned. Well, let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Judge hitting a home run. Jazz Chisholm Jr. getting a hit. Max Fried, 6 or more strikeouts. Yankees want to pick up at least a run here. They had the bases loaded and nobody out. And now Jonathan Cannon comes on. We call from AAA Charlotte today, and he faces Paul Goldschmidt. And a strike. You didn't figure that Ellard was going to end up facing Goldschmidt because Goldschmidt's so much better against lefty pitching. But I'm sure Venable did not think he was going to go to his righty in the first inning. At least he was hoping that wasn't the case. One. The other way. Foul ball. One and two on Goldschmidt. Cannon deals. Swing and a miss. How about that? Bases loaded on 3 walks, nobody out. The Yankees do not score a run. Well, suit up the season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your Yankees gear and today's special offer. Miguel Vargas against Max Fried. First pitch is low. 1-0. Looked like the Yankees could break it open in the first inning, but not to be.
Very surprised. We looked this up, Michael, and I want to ask you, bases loaded, nobody out. What's your percentage of scoring?
I would say it has to be 78%.
85%. And you know, the average is over two and a half runs. So you let it get away from him there.
Vargas leads off the second with a single. And also, look at that inning, Paul. 6 players came to the plate. 1 person put the ball in play. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and the short fly ball to right field by Stanton.
You know, the breaking ball just didn't have the bite that he usually gets. Vargas able to just hit it to the left side, find a hole.
Here is Colson Montgomery. So I have a stat that's going to surprise you.
All right.
You can say, well, Michael, that surprised me. So Montgomery picked up a home run yesterday, his 19th home run. 19 home runs by a primary shortstop. That's the most ever in Major League history through his first 66 games.
And you know, when you say most ever in history in baseball, yeah, that surprises me because there's been a lot of guys play this game and a lot of great players, but that's an impressive stat. So yes, Michael, I'm surprised.
I told you.
Good job.
Yeah. A good throw there by Fried probably gets Vargas. Now, James was somewhat dubious about that stat. I got it off the White Sox notes, and he wanted to check to see if I was right. I looked to my left, and he was checking the notes.
Yeah.
There's no way that Kay got that right.
He checks on everything I say. That's what all those fingers are going over there. He's not looking up. See, he's just checking what I'm saying.
1-1. And here's that 19th home run yesterday.
Yeah, there was no doubt here. A changeup came down and in, and he just crushed it long way. I don't see him up there very often.
The 2-1. 3-1. Since the All-Star break, 3rd in the American League in home runs, 2nd in the American League with 49 ribbies.
An impressive second half.
Yep. That one is ripped to right field. That's going to be in there. One hop up against the wall. Fielding it out there is Judge. And he fires a second. He really fired it in there, which is a good sign as Vargas moves to 3rd and he holds Montgomery to a single.
Yeah, it's probably the first ball you've really seen Aaron Judge let go. Max Fried decided to just go after him there. He got a pitch up in the strike zone, just got hammered. But watch, there was no hesitation. He just let this one fly.
They've been very careful with him letting loose, and I think that's the first time we've seen him really fire the ball. There's Sosa, first and third, nobody out. 1-0.
Two back-to-back curveballs, both the same pitch. Just didn't have enough bite to get down into the strike zone.
High fly ball. That's going to get a run in. Bellinger is there, makes the play, tagging Vargas. He'll score. Throw comes into second. Sac fly for Sosa, team leading 72nd, and the White Sox lead 1-0.
Yeah, Sosa, we were talking yesterday with his 21 home runs and now 72 RBIs. That leads a team in Chicago.
Just saw the velocity on Judge's throw, 85.8 miles per hour, and that's his fastest throw since being put back into the outfield. Corey Julks takes up and in, 1-0.
You know, when you have an injury or something like Aaron Judge is going through, the last thing that comes around is you believe in your mind, you don't think about it, because most of the time you're trying to hold back a little bit. You don't want to re-injure it. As soon as you get it through your mind that, you know, I can let go of it and it's not going to hurt me, then you're off to the races.
And the Yankees will feel much more comfortable having Judge in right field every game rather than having to have Stanton out in the outfield so Judge could DH. 1-1. McMahon goes to second and throws it into right field. But Montgomery stays put. A little bit low. We'll have to take a look to see if Chisholm had a real chance at it. But that'll be an E5.
It really just kind of came across it. And I think Jazz can catch that ball. It's just he kind of got in between of short hopping and then catching it on the fly. But obviously not a ball that you're going to be able to turn to at that point. So you just got to make sure you square up and catch that ball and get one.
I almost think that's an E4, Paul. I don't think that's on McMahon. E5. Wow. Surprising. That ball was in the air.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that McMahon had a good grip on this ball. It just looked like something was off a little bit. Yeah, he kind of bobbled it, and that way he threw a palm ball, and it just didn't get his fingers around the ball and just kind of lawn darted it. But still, again, you know, you would expect Jazz to make that play.
1-0 on Brooks Baldwin. One. Seven innings against Baltimore did not allow a run, so he's given up one so far. He looked so sharp in the first inning, and don't know if he's lost his release point, rhythm. He's struggling a bit.
Yeah, you look over and all of a sudden your first pitch strikes 1 out of 8, and that's just not Max Fried.
Left center. Grisham makes the play. Fires into Volpe. 2 outs.
I love what Bellinger does there. You know, there's no reason to stay around and cause miscommunication and confusion. Once you hear the center fielder call the ball, don't just stand there and you know, because he can see you out of his corner, the corner of his eye. Just get out of the way. Then there's no indecision.
Here is Michael A. Taylor. Came in the ninth inning to play center field to tighten up the defense. Did not make the play on the Caballero single. Paul and I kind of looked at each other and thought, well, he should have a play on that. But then we looked up the analytics, and it wasn't a high catch probability.
Yeah, that's very surprising to me with his speed and the way he can play defense. I truly think that he didn't either know the score, kind of lost track of something, because, you know, with 2 outs, you have no play at the plate there. You have to go all out, try to catch that ball.
0-2. Taylor really struggling offensively. Last 31 games, 8 hits and 66 at bats. That's 121. One and two. First and second, 2 men out. 1 run in. White Sox lead 1-0. Top of the second. That command not there this inning. Foul back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Second inning, White Sox lead 1-0. Number 9 hitter, the center fielder Michael A. Taylor at the plate. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the change. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We're at the bottom of the second. 1-0 Chicago. By Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture is from Kristen, who was here at the stadium with her mom last night to watch the Yankees punch their ticket to the postseason. You guys had a good time. The end of the regular season is approaching, but keep posting your picture to social media with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. They've changed the era from McMahon to Jazz. So if you're keeping score at home, make note of that. And here's Jazz Chisholm to lead off.
You know, I knew when every year when the playoffs were getting close is when the 7 o'clock games, it's pitch dark. You know, in the summer, you know, what do you play in the 3rd inning almost? But, you know, you get late towards the fall here, and all of a sudden it's dark at game time.
Oh, 0-2 on Jazz. Still 0-2. Chisholm, Volpe, and McMahon. One and two. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Jazz down on strikes.
Well, we've always talked about lefties loving the ball down and in. So if they love it down and in, well, throw it down and in as a ball. A good pitch right there.
There's Anthony Volpe. He got that big hit to start the 9th inning last night. So Anthony, last 6 games, 8 for 20, 955 OPS. Also has done well against the White Sox this year, 8 for 18. There's a strike. So Paul, you look at the White Sox, 58-99. Go, wow, that's an awful record. They have a 21-game improvement from last year.
No.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big stride.
Yeah. You know, when you lose 121, chances are you got to get somewhat better, right?
Volpe's been sitting on 19 home runs. Major league record, the Twins have it. 8 players with 20 or more home runs. He would be number 8 if he gets one over the wall before Sunday. That one got Carroll. Cannon, 25 years old, second big league season. It's a pretty good name for a pitcher.
Cannon?
Cannon, yeah.
A cannon for an arm.
That's right. Last 3 Yankees have struck out. Rice, Goldschmidt, and Chisholm. 2-2 count on Volpe. Driven to left field. And that ball is off the wall. Volpe makes a turn. He's going for 2, and he's going to make it with a double. He almost had that 20th home run.
Yeah, you were trying to get one over the wall. That went off the wall. But, boy, he really pulled his hands in well here. He's always been able to get to that inside pitch. This ball kind of tails in. He just pulls his hands in to get the barrel there and lines it off the left field wall. And with his speed, it's going to be an easy double. You know, that approach right there, Michael, is going to serve him well because it's almost like he's going the other way, but he's quick enough to pull his hands in and line it to left field. And that's just a great approach, especially with 2 strikes.
So now 9 for his last 21. McMahon's been struggling. 4 hits in his last 41 at bats. And a shorter stretch, 2 for 23. 2-0. He has a pitch comm on the glove. A lot of people, you know, today, social media, some shows on TV and radio questioning why the Yankees celebrated the way they did when, you know, they have higher aspirations than just getting in as a wild card. But, you know, you were talking with me before the game. You mentioned that something that Joe Torre told you guys.
Yeah, we were kind of in the same boat. We knew we were going to go to the playoffs, but we were, you know, we clinched a wild card, but obviously we were going to win the division. But and I kind of said, you know, what are we celebrating for? And Joe kind of stepped in and said, hey, you know what? Never take this for granted. You know, this isn't the final, the final box, as we've talked about checking, but don't ever take it for granted. Celebrate, but then being able to close the book and get back out here and win tonight.
Swing and a miss. McMahon down on strikes, 2 away.
Again, right underneath the ball. Sometimes you look that he's so close that, you know, he kind of cuts himself off where he cannot get his hands in the barrel of the bat out to the ball and stay through it.
There's Grisham. Foul back. I think that one got into the press box. Well, if the playoffs began today, this is what it would look like. Yankees would host the Red Sox. Guardians would host the Tigers. Buys would go to the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Mets and the Dodgers. San Diego and the Cubs. Buys to the Phillies and Milwaukee.
And if you would have done that yesterday, the Mets weren't even in it. So they ended up coming back last night. So now they are in it at this point.
One and one. Grisham walked in the first inning, having a terrific year with 33 home runs and 72 ribbies.
Our scouting report on Dan Bellino has been to the point because anything close has gone the hitter's way to this point. That makes you hitter friendly, Mike.
I guess. You know, one other point about the celebrating that you don't even consider. Yankees make the playoffs a lot. I mean, that's part of being a Yankee.
Expected,
but
yeah.
There are a lot of guys on the team that have not made the playoffs, and they get a chance for the first time to celebrate.
Absolutely. And again, it's not that, you know, celebrate we won the World Series. It's celebrate, hey, we've got to this point where we'll be playing in October.
60 times the Yankees have made the postseason. The next closest, the Dodgers, 21 away. It's not even close. Pretty amazing. And they've made it 8 times in the last 9 years and 26 times in the last 31 seasons since 1995. And the next closest, the Braves, with 21 over that time. And there's a walk. So here's Judge. He walked in the first inning. First and second, 2 outs. White Sox lead 1-0. Driven deep to right center field. Going back, Taylor. Track. Wall. See ya. Flight 50 is landed. 50 home runs or more for the 4th season of his career. Aaron Judge with a 3-run home run. Yankees lead.
That's a big home run for Aaron Judge. I'm sure within his mind that, you know, he was thinking, I need to get to 50. And, you know, it's such a magical number. Now 4 times possible MVP, you never know. But boy, a big, big 50th home run. Put the Yankees on top. Michael, I don't know that you're ever going to have another player that makes your call so easy. Because when he hits them, there's no doubt about it.
So now he's tied with Babe Ruth.
No, just say that again, Michael. I just love
he's
it when
tied
we
with
say that.
Babe Ruth. So Babe Ruth did it 4 times. Mickey only did it twice. Roger did it that once, and A-Rod did it once. High pop-up. Montgomery, outfield grass, puts it away, and that'll do it. But one swing by that man sends the ball into orbit for the 50th time of the year. Another amazing season. Crowd chanting MVP. Did he get closer? Time will tell. The fans giving him a standing ovation. 50 home runs. Paul, if possible, we almost take it for granted.
It's unbelievable to me, and I never do, because I know how hard this game is, and I know how far he's come since he put that uniform on for the first day. But it's amazing day in and day out what this guy has done for this team and this organization.
The Yankees have a 3-1 lead, a 1-0 count on my drop. So that home run gives him 4 career seasons with 50 or more. He's been getting pitched around a lot, so he hasn't had many opportunities to hit one out.
Yeah, recently, I mean, he's had a great September. He has a lot of walks, but, you know, average-wise, and I thought it was very important. A lot of power hitters think of nothing but home runs. Aaron Judge has stated numerous times how important it is for him to still hit 300. And at this point, leading the league in hitting.
All right, so he had 52 in 2017, 62 in 2022, 58 last year, 50 this year. And he also becomes the first player ever to hit 50 or more home runs 4 times within his first 10 seasons.
A side view, Michael. You think they know it? Let me take one here, Michael. See ya.
There you go. Ground ball, Volpe. Nice hop. Teammates know the number. They know the magic of 50. So 4 seasons of 50 or more. We mentioned Babe Ruth. In Major League history, only 2 others have done it. Mark McGwire did it 4 times. Sammy Sosa has done it 4 times. And Judge's home run breaks a tie he had with Alex. Alex Rodriguez did it 3 times. The hot corner view. Oswaldo likes it. 2-0.
That's a big pickup, too, because of the first inning. You know, bases loaded, nothing scored. All of a sudden, you give up a run if you're Max Fried. Now, boom, a big swing by Aaron Judge. You go out, try to find that control that you had in the first inning and start shutting the White Sox down here.
Also, the 3 ribbies give him 824 in his career, so he passes Robinson Cano, and he's in 16th place on the Yankees all-time list. Next up is Greg Nettles with 834. And you know who's after that, Paul?
Well, if you ask me that question, it might be me.
Paulie O'Neill, 858. You're number 14.
I don't like my number at this point. Could you put a 1 in front of it or something?
(3-1). Foul ball.
I need to transfer my ribbies. You know how you transfer money? I'll need to transfer my ribbies from Cincinnati. Look at these numbers.
All right, so the MVP race, Aaron has a big lead over Raleigh and average. Raleigh leads in home runs and ribbies. OPS better. Runs are better for Judge. Fangraphs WAR is better. And Baseball Reference WAR is much better. So it's going to be an interesting MVP vote. Drifting over is Grisham to retire Meade. Now, if you wonder about the MVP voting, there are 15 teams in the American League. Each city has 2 voters, so there'll be 30 votes. And in the history of the MVP, there's only been 1 tie, and that was Storgill and Hernandez.
Right? You know, the more you dig into the numbers, obviously Raleigh has had a phenomenal year. Don't get me wrong, and he's leading the league in RBIs and he's leading in home runs. But if you take every other category, Aaron Judge is leading, and it's just it's sad to think that one of these guys will not win the MVP. But Michael, if you and I had a vote, I think if we're watching it every single day, what he means to this team, I think we're casting our votes for Aaron Judge.
I definitely would. And you wonder, though, that one's chopped back to Fried. So he works a 1-2-3 inning. Is there Yankee fatigue? Is there Judge fatigue? Well, you should look at the numbers on who's had the best year. but we'll know later. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Northwell, proudly raising health for our military service members, veterans, and their families. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery, get out there and play.
I'm not voting for either of the gangsters.
Yeah, we're comparing gangsters now. Wow.
Yeah, if I make one of them mad, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Two pretty good lefties there.
Yeah.
Yankees lead 3-1. It'll be Stanton, Rice, and Goldschmidt in the bottom of the third. So the Judge 50th home run, a 3-run shot, has given the Yankees the lead. Nothing. Red Sox over the Blue Jays, middle of the fourth. Yankees a thin game behind Toronto. Cannon deals to Stanton, up and away, 1-0. One and one.
Stanton's going really good. He kind of really doesn't stride, but his weight is kind of going towards the pitcher. You saw that last swing. He's kind of coming around it, and his balance is off just a little bit.
Rounds out to Meade, one away. Yeah, he's struggling right now. 7 for his last 35. Here's Ben Rice. He struck out for the second out in the first inning when the Yankees had the bases loaded and one down. In on the hands, foul back. On Ben. Yankees trying to pick up their 90th win of the season. They're 89-68. That one is ripped into right center field. That ball is off the glove of a sliding Taylor, and it kicks around. Ben Rice wants 3. He'll round second. He'll go to third, and he'll make it.
Well, 2 strikes as his ball is just hammered. Taylor got a great jump off. It goes off the heel of his glove, but with the play in front of him, Ben Rice can really see it, know that he can just cruise into third base with the ball rolling down the warning track. They covered that outside pitch like it was nothing, and boy, there's a sigh of relief. When you see an outfielder dive and the ball doesn't go in his glove, it's a one foot. It just makes you want to run.
And that's what he did for a triple. So the White Sox bring the infield in, trying to cut off the run. Runner at third with 1 man out. And here's Goldschmidt, who struck out to end the first inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The triple, the Yankees' 3rd hit of the evening. We're in the bottom of the third, 3-1 Yanks. Waved at that pitch, a cutter. Cleveland leading Detroit 2-1, bottom of the third. Paul, if Detroit doesn't come back to win the Central, it'll be one of the great collapses in baseball history.
I was going to say the same thing. You're going to be talking about this for years.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
They'll be in team meetings every year where teams with big leads. Hey, you got to stick with it. You got to finish these guys out. A great piece of hitting by Goldschmidt. Just reaches out and pokes it to right field. Another run for the Yankees.
Ben Rice crosses, 45th ribby for Goldschmidt, 4-1 Yankee lead.
After digging himself a hole, it's a fastball away off the plate, and it just dinks it out to right field. Just a great piece of hitting. Well, that's a lot of plate coverage right there.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. 1-0. Jazz struck out in the second inning. 31 home runs, 79 runs batted in for the Yankees second baseman. Driven out into left center field and deep. Who's going to get that one? Nobody. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Goldschmidt rounds third there. Going to hold him up at the last minute. He runs through the stop sign. No throw. He'll score. An RBI double for Chisholm. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
Yeah, this ball was hammered, and because Ward Taylor was playing, well, he was playing Jazz Cole, he had no chance to get over there. Good piece of hitting by going the other way. The Goldschmidt had a good read on it, and once he got the wheels in motion going around third, there was no stopping, and there was no play at home plate too, so it worked out well.
I'm kind of surprised that Rojas was holding him up, and there was no throw. Here's Volpe. So that's the 80th ribby of the year for Chisholm.
Jazz has done some good stuff offensively, and again, Goldschmidt's hit to Reed right in front of him. He's right there. He judged himself. I could score on this ball, and once he saw the stop sign, I'm already motored. Unless I just kind of pop slide to slow down, I might as well just keep going.
Paul, talk to me about how hard it is to stop when you're running that hard.
You know what? Once you make up your mind, you're right. It's extremely hard, and that's why a lot of third base coaches will just go way down the line to give as much time as they have because, you know, your feet jam into the front of your shoes, everything. Sometimes you can pop slide, but still, that takes a lot of time.
0-2 on Volpe. Boston now leads 4-0 over Toronto. That's in the top of the 5th inning at Rogers Center in Toronto. Now we talk about the biggest blown lead. Well, Detroit was up 14 games, and the biggest blown lead over the second place team, the 1951 Dodgers, they had a 13-game lead. Cleveland was 15.5 games behind. The biggest comeback was the 1914 Miracle Braves. They were 15 behind. So there's a whole lot of firsts that might be happening. Now, the 1978 Red Sox were up 14 on the Yankees, but their biggest lead over second place all year was 10.
The big thing last night with the victories, you know, Struble had them shut down. You go to the bullpen, you actually lose his start. So he's kind of their stopper. So, you know, Cleveland, smoke and mirrors, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
They're doing it mostly with pitching, Paul. For the last month, they've gone with a 6-man rotation. So 2 away, that'll bring up Ryan McMahon. 5-1 Yankees. McMahon swings and misses. Struck out in the second. One. 1-2. You seen anything with McMahon, Paul?
If I had, this is just my opinion, is he closes himself off. And what I mean is his stance is closed, and then he even closes it more as he steps, which kind of you're not able to really open up and get the bat head out. And when you do, then you're not able to drive through the ball. So he starts close and he goes close, and then he has to come off the ball just enough.
The Yankees get 2 runs. They leave 1. We go to the 4th. Fried about to begin the 4th, and we give you leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. He's 1st in the American League in wins, 4th in ERA, 2nd in home runs allowed per 9 innings, 3rd in ground ball percentage. Cadillac scoreboard, 5-1 Yanks. And a strike. You know, I was sniffing around the last couple of days because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Fried could pitch Sunday if need be. Or he could have pitched yesterday. That would have been normal rest. You pitch him Sunday, though, it is on short rest, Thursday, Friday. I said, no, it would still be normal rest. And I said, if the Yankees are up by a game over the Blue Jays and they have to win, would they go with Fried? And the answer was absolutely not.
Yeah, it'd be a tough chance because, you know, if you don't close him out, then you've lost him for the wild card. And, you know, you need him in the playoffs.
I mean, what a magnificent year for Fried. Now, when you consider, and we said this in the open, they signed Fried because, you know, that was the plan after Soto went to the Mets. They brought in, you know, Fried, Goldschmidt, Bellinger. But Fried was to make the top of their rotation special. And if Garrett Cole doesn't get hurt, you got Cole, Fried, and Rodon. Right now, you're wondering who's going to be the 3rd Yankee starter in the postseason. You wouldn't have to worry about that if Garrett Cole was healthy. And not only was he brought in to be that second ace, but with Cole going down, he had to be the ace. And you know what? He has been.
How many big games has he pitched this year? I mean, we had stats early in the year. Every time the Yankees lost and he was on the mound, he won. You know, and he did go through the little period in the middle of the season, and I do think it was kind of blister related, but lately he's been his usual self, pitching great.
Three-two on Vargas, Montgomery on deck. We're in the 4th inning. 5-5-1 for the Yanks, 1-2-0 for the White Sox. Strike 3. Vargas down looking. Let's see what's made him so good. StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, he's kind of revamped his fastball where he can move it off a little center and throw that cutter, and he shoots that a lot this year. He's always had the great breaking ball, and he knows how to pitch. He shoots his changeup a lot to the right-handed hitters tonight. And at times, he could be overpowering at 97 when he needs it.
Now, and one quick correction, with this being Wednesday, if they did start him on Sunday, which they have no intention of doing, it would be on short rest. So if they had that intention, they would have started him yesterday, which would have been on normal rest, but they gave him an extra day because of the off day on Monday. They kept everybody in rotation. Fly ball left field on the run, Bellinger, and he can't get there. It's a fair ball, and it bounces into the seat. So a double for Montgomery, who's 2 for 2 against Fried.
Well, Cody Bellinger went a long way for this, and there was this, you see, it's not even a chance to dive, because if it doesn't go into the bleachers, that could end up going down in the corner. So sometimes you just cannot get to it where he was playing to start.
So here's Sosa, sac fly in the 2nd, accounting for the only run for the White Sox. Rip left field foul. Somehow avoided the screen and got into the seats. White Sox have not been good with runners in scoring position. Their average for the year near the bottom, 234 in these situations. Sosa swings and tips it into the glove of Rice, 2 away.
Yeah, again, this is the way he's gone about getting righties out, is get ahead inside and then use that changeup, and he's been able to fade it off of the outside corner. That ball was actually fouled off into Rice's glove.
Five strikeouts, no walks for Fried.
Yeah, on those 5 strikeouts, Michael, 4 of them have been on that changeup.
Schultz with a fly ball to center. Grisham's there, puts it away, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
So far and scored a run tonight. Michael, he is in the midst of a great season. 33 home runs, 72 RBIs. Aaron Boone has been singing his praises, calling him the big sleep in the postgame. And take a look at those shirts, Michael and Paul. Big sleep with the mustache. Pretty accurate. Kind of fun. Jason Dominguez all smiles when he was telling me that it arrived at his locker the other day, and he loves it, showing some support for his fellow outfielder.
And a ground ball to first. 1 away, so the big sleep has gone deep 33 times. Who would have guessed that?
Not me in April, I'll tell you that. After, last year he had a little issue because he wasn't playing a lot. He got an opportunity this year and just took off, and his defense has always been sound. Boy, his offense has been good. It was good to hear Meredith chime in. I thought your mic was broken or something. I haven't heard you in a while.
I am right here, Paul.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right over Michael's shoulder and said in case he does something wrong?
Just perched above you in case you guys get out of line. Gonna reel it back in.
Well, Coney will be here in a couple days, so you better get ready if we
really have my work cut out for me then.
Judge has walked in, hit a home run, his 50th of the year in the 2nd inning, a 3-run shot. 1-1. Two and one. Now, last year, Judge hit his 50th and his 51st home run in the same game. Now, that's called foreshadowing, Paul.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that feeling. You're just watching his at-bats lately that, he had a couple really good swings his first at-bat, ended up walking. And then no doubt about the home run, but you just see that he's on every pitch right now.
And the 2-2. Missed outside. Good fastball. 3-2. That's the home run race right now with Cal Raleigh leading the majors with 58. And the payoff. High fly ball. Center field. Taylor there. And puts it away. Now on his 50th, we'll take a look at the exit velocity on that home run presented by Spectrum. 106.9 off the bat. Almost 400 feet. 392 into the bullpen. Meredith, I wanted to get your take. You've been here with us for a long time. You've covered a lot of champagne celebrations.
I kind of thought he gave up another one. Go ahead.
So, Meredith, how did that rate? I mean, was it over the top? Were they somewhat subdued?
They were having a good time in there. There was a lot of champagne flying in that clubhouse, Paul. It was pretty electric in there.
Were you part of it?
Well, I was drenched. Yes, I was in there. I was talking to guys. There was champagne being
Nobody
sprayed.
toasted you? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what happened. But
backhanded by me, and it's going to be an infield hit for Bellinger.
But Michael, to your point, Aaron Boone always saying it's important that you celebrate these moments throughout the course of a long baseball season. The message was very clear in the postgame. They want more than just getting into the playoffs. They still believe they have a shot at this AL East title. And then ultimately they want to be back in the World Series, and just about everybody said that in that post-game during the celebration. But it is kind of fun, you know, watching them enjoy the fruits of their labor, having a little bit of fun, but then quickly turning the page today. But perhaps the real MVP yesterday, Robbie Kakuza, the equipment manager, and the rest of the staff down there. They didn't make it easy. Caballero obviously walks it off. They didn't have a lot of time to get that clubhouse ready. He told me they got it all together in about 5 to 7 minutes.
Fouled straight back here. And into the radio booth of the White Sox.
Yeah, Michael, we were talking about that on the way out yesterday in the tunnel. That, I mean, they only had minutes. It's not like they were up 10-1. So.
And luckily there was some celebration with Caballero out there on the field. That maybe bought him a couple more minutes, but you know, they have a lot of experience in setting up that clubhouse over the years, Paul, so I think that helped. Now, one thing they didn't do, they usually put a tarp on the floor so it doesn't get wet. They didn't have time to do that. So when you walked in there today, you could tell that they were trying to clean the rugs. But it didn't smell like champagne anymore, which was surprising, because yesterday it was crazy.
Well, Robbie Kakuza has been through a few of those celebrations over the years.
Standing down on strikes, and that'll do it here in the fourth. No runs a hit. One man left on base. Somehow they've cleaned it up, and they're ready for another celebration. The Yankees could take the AL East. And Yankee fans catch all the action at Yankee Stadium this postseason. 2025 postseason tickets are on sale now. Experience October baseball at Yankee Stadium this fall. Postseason tickets are going fast, so visit yankees.com/postseason today. Audi scoreboard 5-1 Yankees. And the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0, bottom of the 6th inning. Chopped in front of the mound. Freed, and the ball not caught there by Goldschmidt, so Baldwin will reach.
Free call it. You hurt him, and you know he had to wheel and throw quickly, and he got the ball low. Goldschmidt not able to pick it, kind of going into the runner, makes it an extremely tough play. And he was kind of trying to pick it and get his hand out of the way at the same time. That's going to be scored a base hit.
Paul, do you almost think that that's Rice's ball more than Fried's?
Well, yeah, but when the pitcher calls it and it's Max Fried as a Gold Glover, you know you kind of out of it. But yeah, it is an easier play for a catcher going forward if you can get out of your crouch and get there.
Because I don't think the ball left the dirt around home plate. It didn't get to the grass. But Fried's so good, 3 Gold Gloves. You expect him to make the play.
You see, Rice got late breaking down on that knee. He was a little late getting out behind the plate. So Max Fried did call, and you know, a good throw. He's got him at first base.
Two and one.
Yeah, this is one of those outings that Max Fried is really going to have to battle. You know, he hasn't had great command. But all of a sudden, you know, you're in the 5th inning and you've only given up a run. So that just goes to show you, even on the nights where he really has to grind, he's able to get outs.
Foul back to the screen.
We talk about using both sides of the plate, that change up away, and then all of a sudden that little cutter or slider in on his hands. It just absolutely ate up Taylor.
Fifth inning, 5-1 Yanks. Chases a pitch way out of the zone. That's the 6th strikeout for Max Fried. And we always celebrate that. 6 Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi and the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
You know, I think our parlay bet, it was Aaron Judge hit a home run.
Yep.
Max Fried 6+ strikeouts, and then there was a hit by somebody. Who was it?
Jazz Chisholm.
So when I put that $1 million on it, we just lost. We just won a bunch of money.
Right. So you're going home for the next 4 games.
We're only in the 4th inning. We could do another one.
If you did that parlay, you cashed a ticket. Now, Max Fried is the type of guy that doesn't get hard contact. So the hit by Baldwin was the 30th infield hit allowed by Fried this season. That's tied for the most in the majors with Christopher Sanchez.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating at times, but you know, every once in a while you'll get a line drive at somebody, and you think they even out. They don't. But Max Fried, you're right. With as much soft contact and things that he gets, he's able to give up a lot of infield hits.
So Goldschmidt steps on the bag for the second out as Baldwin advances to second.
Well, he took the smart way, got the easy out, but really at his angle, you saw him almost just lob it. He had no chance of really getting that out at second base.
So Baldwin at second. Here's Curtis Mead 0 for 2 against Fried. And a strike with the change. .73 pitches for the Yankee lefty. One and one. Now 1 and 2. Good breaking ball. He's got 7 pitches that he uses.
Yeah, and you saw the cutter before. Well, that's just a bigger version of it with the big breaking ball. So, you know, as a hitter, you're seeing so many angles, so many spins that it's just very confusing. And this is where he has gone to that changeup away a lot to the right-handed hitters tonight.
The 1-2. Blocked by Rice. Again, there's a little bit of a test. Rice has not caught Fried all year, but they want Rice's bat in the lineup in playoff games. And Fried's going to be pitching big playoff games for the Yankees if things go according to plan. So the fact that they could work together is something they wanted to check out.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, Rice's bat has been so hot. The last thing you want to do is, you know, put him on the bench.
That one is looped to Jazz, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors. 1 man left at the end of 4 1/2. Halfway through, 5-1 Yankees. Well, tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Kyle Tucker has not had the season that he wanted after being traded from the Astros to the Cubs, a free agent at the end of the year. Currently on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain. Could return Friday. Last played September 2nd. Ben Rice takes a strike as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees lead 5-1. Big spot in this game, the 3-run home run by Aaron Judge in the second, giving him 50 on the year. 50 or more home runs 4 times in his career. Ponchos are coming out. It's starting to rain a little bit again here at the stadium. High fly ball, deep left field. Jolts back, still back, and he makes the play in front of the warning track to retire Rice. Rice had a triple his last time up, so the Yankees have actually, as a team, hit for the cycle.
Well, Rice is just continually having good at-bats. It's another good swing, just driven to the wrong part of the ballpark, deepest part out there in left center field.
Here's Goldschmidt. RBI single last time up, 1 for 2, and there's a strike from Cannon. Ellard started. Cannon came on to get the final out of the first inning, and now entering his 4th full inning of work. And he almost fell and held on to the ball. So that's considered a pitch clock violation. That'll be a ball, 1-1. One and 2 on Goldschmidt. The RBI by Goldschmidt is 45th of the year. Average at 279, 10 home runs. Yankees have gotten good overall production from first base with the combination of Goldschmidt and Rice. 2-2. So by clinching yesterday, we see Tyler Alexander warming. Aaron Boone joined the Dodgers' Dave Roberts as the second manager in baseball history to make the playoffs in 7 of his first 8 seasons. Strike 3, Goldschmidt down looking.
Cannon has made some good pitches, and he likes to spin the ball late in the count. This one kind of stays up. Goldschmidt is hoping maybe I'll get the call. Not the case.
Now, in terms of Yankee history when it comes to Boone, he's the 3rd Yankee manager to make it in 7 of his first 8 seasons. Now, that doesn't mean, he and Robertson, he won 7 of his first managerial seasons, 8 seasons. But this is 7 of his first 8 seasons managing the Yankees. The other one's Casey Stengel. He made it in 9 of his first 10 seasons, won 7 titles. And then Joe Torre, who made it every single year of his 12 seasons.
It's a pretty good run.
And he won 4 titles. High pop-up, shallow center. Montgomery says he'll take it, and he does. And the Yankees go down in order, and we'll go to the 6th inning. Yankees up 5-1. All right, guys, thank you very much. Let's go around the majors. Hunter Green, 1.44 ERA, 79 strikeouts. At home this season in 10 starts. David Fry suffered facial fractures after being hit by a pitch last night. And the Dodger bullpen last 11 games has struggled. And he was hit by Tarek Skubal. Had to go to the hospital, and Tarek Skubal went to the hospital after the game.
Yeah, you could tell when you saw the video, a horrific sight, but Skubal was upset, and it was just, every once in a while, as a hitter, you lose it, you cannot get out of the way. He was actually bunting, I think, right?
Yep, he was. Ground ball, McMahon. 1 away here in the 6th.
Well, another big game going on, and just shows you where Paul Skeens is in this game of things in Major League Baseball. He had 6 shutout innings, and he'll end his season with a 1.97 ERA. I mean, that's something.
And right now they're in the bottom of the 8th inning in Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh leads the Reds 2-1, bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, young phenom, probably the Cy Young winner in the National League. When you start seeing sub-2 for starting pitches, that brings back like Bob Gibson and the greats like that.
When the mound was a little higher. 1-1. 2-1 on Vargas. Rain coming down a little bit harder here in the top of the 6th inning. Yankees lead this one 5-1.
You look and think about that Cy Young. I was just talking about it, and King Felix out in Seattle kind of broke the mold. That it wasn't the league leader in wins every year anymore. And Skeens just went into this game 10-10, but sub 2 ERA with an opportunity to end the season at 11-10. That's pretty impressive.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
So that's the first walk issued by Max Fried. And that'll bring up Montgomery. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double so far. 1-0. One. 1-2. One on, one out. Yankees up by 4. Toronto down by 4. End of the 7th inning at Rogers Center. Lined and caught by Goldschmidt. He tags out Vargas for the double play. Broken bat. Lined into an unassisted 3 double play. 6 innings in the books for Fried. He leads 5-1. Aid for your brain. 228 average, 329 hits, 17 home runs. A Yankee from 86 to 88. A White Sox from 83 to 86. Finished up with the then Indians 89 to 91. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Anthony Volpe will lead off. Tyler Alexander, the new White Sox pitcher. Oh and 1 on Volpe. Volpe, McMahon, and Grisham. So they get 2 lefties for Alexander, but they'll start off with the righty Volpe. Volpe doubled and scored in the 2nd. Fly ball to center in the 3rd. And the pitch. 1-2. Fly ball shallow left center. Jolts come on, and he makes the play. Now, we've told you the calculus that the Yankees have. If they hit 2 home runs or more in a game, they'll win 70% of those games. But the thought process is, well, when they don't hit home runs, they don't win games. So they didn't win a home run yesterday, and they ended up winning that game. So they are 14-22 when they do not hit a home run in a game. Well, you say, well, is that bad? No, it's not. The fourth best record in all of Major League Baseball.
Well, this day and age, so much is based on home runs, and teams are set up to hit home runs. When you don't hit home runs, a lot of times you're shut out. But the Yankees have scrapped some wins without hitting home runs.
So their winning percentage when they don't hit a home run is .389. The Major League Baseball average when a team doesn't hit a home run is .320. So the Yankees are well above average when they don't hit one over the wall. The 0-2. McMahon with a fly ball to center field. Taylor is there. 2 outs. And here's Grisham. Grisham walked twice and grounded to first. And a strike from Alexander. Alexander DFA'd by Milwaukee in June. Picked up by the White Sox. Started off well, but a 7.11 ERA in 15 games since August. 0-2. Former second-round pick of the Tigers in 2015 out of TCU. Swing and a miss. Strong inning for Tyler Alexander as the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. Yankees 5, the White Sox 1. The game, Carlos Rodon was given the Roberto Clemente Award, one of the 30 nominees, and then his kids got loose, Willow, Bo, and Silo, and actually had to track him down before he got loose. And then the little guy held the trophy right in front of his face.
That's right. Proud of Dad's trophy.
Ford scoreboard, top of the 7th, 5-1 Yankees lead. Fried's still out there. He's thrown 88 pitches.
And Michael, a big part of the reason that he was nominated was for his Carlos Rodon Foundation. They just had their Willow Gallo in Connecticut. And over the last 2 years through that foundation, Michael, they have raised over $700,000 to help those who need IVF and are having fertility problems that want to start a family.
Awesome work by them. So he's one of the 30 nominees for the Roberto Clemente Award. One down here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Jolks. Now they're keeping Fried out there because he's not going to pitch for a while. So even if the Yankees get in as a wild card, he doesn't pitch till Tuesday. And then if the Yankees actually win the division, he doesn't pitch probably till Saturday, next Saturday.
It's like an eternity for a pitcher, huh?
Boston now leads 7-0 over the Blue Jays, top of the 8th. 1-2. Boston just added those 3 runs on a 3-run home run by Carlos Narvaez.
Well, you're just looking at Max Fried, and now he just continues It's been a battle somewhat tonight, but it's just great numbers. But if you look at the rotation, Michael, the last 44 games, the starting rotation is 20-7, most in baseball. 2.89 ERA, which leads all of baseball. And nearly 6 innings to start, which is third to Cleveland and Philadelphia. So the overall team record 29-15. A lot has to do with the starting rotation.
2-2. Swing and a miss on the curve. Jolts down on strikes. Hey, this October, Brooklyn Nets basketball is back on Yes as Coach Jordi Fernandez leads a fresh new squad loaded with young talent. Tune in October 4th for the first preseason game on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Was fresh in the read, or you just threw that in there?
Oh, it's fresh. No, it was in the read. I just accentuated it. Sold it. You know, postseason baseball kind of makes strange bedfellows because Yankee fans, Paul, they have to be rooting for the Red Sox these last couple of days.
Now, you didn't know who to root for coming into the series, depending on what the Yankees are doing. But, you know, if the Yankees take care of business,
right, you have to root for them.
Of course, you want Toronto to lose.
And if the Yankees were losing, then you want Toronto to win.
Right. Two and
1 on Brooks Baldwin. Reached on a slow roller in front of the plate that Fried kind of bounced to Goldschmidt. It was an infield hit. That was in the 5th inning. So Baldwin's 1 for 2. The 2-1. Foul ball off the foot of Baldwin. Fried tried to sell it.
That's right. Just throw it to first. Maybe I'll get an easy out.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're at the top of the 7th. Yankees lead 5-1. Count 3-2. And the 3-2. He walked him. 2-out walk to Baldwin. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Fernando Cruz heating up under the watchful eye of Mike Harkey. Now Matt Blake will go out and talk with Fried. Not much to say, just a little bit of a stall here.
Yeah, you got 2 outs. Let's, make a couple good pitches, get out of this inning. It'll be interesting, Meredith, when you go down there tonight to ask Max Fried and Rice, what it was like working together for the first time, if there was any problems or anything like that.
Let's check out the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Cruz pitched yesterday through 11 pitches. Weaver through 24. Hill through 10. I would say that everybody's available tonight.
You know as well as I do, Michael, as important as these games are coming down the wire, if you've got an opportunity to win the American League East, guys are going to be available that weren't available during the season.
Driven out to right field, slicing. Foul.
That's your toughest call right there at our angle, huh?
Yeah, we don't see right down the line. Let's just look at the ump.
You see Michael change up away?
Let's do that.
Curveball away. Yeah.
Something off speed. Well, if he doesn't get Taylor, I think he's going to be done. He's at 106, so they're not going to push it much more than this. On deck is my drop. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on. The lefty deals. High fly ball. Right field drifting back is Judge. And he'll put it away in front of the truck. 7 strong for Max Fried. He gives up 1 run. And at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's the Yankees 5. White Sox 1, but going to stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Navy Captain Jeffrey Coran from Hoboken, New Jersey, who is in Operation Enduring Freedom. The Yankees say thank you, Jeffrey, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Some nice names there by Jack. 5-1 Yankees lead. You see the particulars as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Yankees lead 5-1. And Aaron Judge, who they were just talking about, he leads off. He had his 50th home run. That was in the 2nd inning, a 3-run shot. Now he faces the left-hander Alexander. And a strike. One and one. Looped into right center field, and that's going to find grass for a base hit. Now let's take a look at the optimum don't take slow for an answer replay. Kind of a different hit than this one.
Yeah, he had a boop and a blast. So this is the blast. A 3-run homer, number 50. Yeah, I said it, Michael. 50 on the year. And he just got another blooper just to raise that average up so we could try to lead the American League in hitting also.
So that'll bring up Bellinger, sitting on 29 home runs. 1-0. That was a strike. Right now, Judge hitting .327. And Jacob Wilson of the Athletics hitting .318. Judge trying to win his first batting title. See, that's what I find that some of the people that are debating the Raleigh Judge MVP race, how many people hit 50 or more home runs and win a batting title?
Yeah, he is so well-rounded in everything he does. You know, Raleigh, don't get me wrong, has had a historic season, but it's just Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. He does things that he's in a league of his own.
Driven deep to right field. Going back, Baldwin. He's in front of the track. 1 foot on the track. He makes the play to retire Bellinger. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. Paul Blackburn and Devin Williams heating up. Yankees lead by 4. Bottom of the 7th.
You talk about the rotation, the numbers I went through, and Devin Williams has had kind of a resurgence also. He absolutely has been throwing the ball much better than he did earlier in the year.
Looped into center field, a base hit for Stanton. So 2 of the guys with the highest exit velocities in baseball, little dunkers to pick up singles.
That's enough for Stanton. You got Dominguez going to come in and pinch run. Hopefully every once in a while a little blooper will change your outlook and come back tomorrow. You feel much better about yourself. And you know as well as I do, when Stanton is hot, he can do a lot of things offensively. That ball jammed him, but he stayed through it. We don't have to question that he's strong enough to jam it to the outfield. Huh?
So Dominguez a pinch runner. Judge at second, Dominguez at first, and here's Ben Rice, lefty against lefty. Rice with a triple and a run scored in 3 at-bats. Oh and 1. One and 1. Top of the 9th inning in Toronto. Boston 7, the Blue Jays nothing. Here are the scores of interest in the races. Cleveland 3-1 over Detroit, top of the 7th. Cincinnati just tied up Pittsburgh, and the Cubs lead the Mets 5-0.
Wow, what a comeback there in the 9th for the Reds.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the Mets all the way down again against the Cubs. And what a comeback they had. So a lot of exciting baseball here coming down to the wire.
So that means Skeens loses the win, doesn't get a loss, but he will not be above 500.
Yeah.
Three-1. 3-2. Center field. Taylor. 2 outs.
When you say, I mean, if you look at Rice's at-bats tonight, every single one of them have been hit hard. And, you know, they're not all going to fall, but, boy, you just want him in the lineup because he's putting good at-bat every day.
So Goldschmidt gets an opportunity to bat against a left-hander. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. First and second, 2 outs. Yankees lead 5-1. Alexander deals. Pitch upstairs. So a strong 7 innings for Max Fried. Yankees will ask the bullpen to get the final 6 in some combination. Rip foul. Coming into tonight, Goldschmidt, a .350 hitter with a 1.020 OPS against left-handed pitching. 278 overall. Snap throw to first. Good play there by Vargas to keep that from going into right field. So against right-handed pitching, 248. Two. And the pitch. Strike 3. Goldschmidt knew it. That'll do it for the Yankees in the 7th. No runs, 2 hits. 2 men left. Let's go to the 8th. Your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, we said Max Fried has been on a roll. His last 6 games, 5-0, where he's on the way to 6-0 if the Yankees can hold on to this. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 107. He is in line for the 19th win, which would lead all of baseball.
And Paul, his ERA ends at 2.86.
Impressive.
So Wells takes over behind the plate, and Devin Williams takes over on the mound to pitch the 8th. Top of the order. Change up for a strike. Mydroth, Meade, and Carroll. Another good change. 0-2. Fly ball right field. Judge will put it away. 1 down.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
Mark, you're starting to see a little rain come down, right?
I see that.
You know how fans run on the field sometimes and they get in trouble?
Right.
If I see Danny Cunningham come out on the field,
you're going to run?
I'm going to run out there.
Wow.
You know, we get to the 8th inning, it's 5-1. We don't need any commotion out there other than me chasing Danny Cunningham down to the tarp.
I think the guy at the chase is Bellino. He's a crew chief. Danny's just following orders. You know, I asked a question earlier, which I knew the answer to. But we were going to use it as a trivia question later on in the week.
Yeah.
And, you know, so many people are texting me.
You gotta let the
gotta tell people the only people to hit 50 home runs and winning batting title. Mickey Mantle in 1956, when he won the Triple Crown, and Jimmy Fox. That's it in baseball history.
It's funny. I got a text from my nephew Michael, who actually played with Aaron Judge. He's good friends with him, and he sent me the same thing. And I didn't let the cat out of the bag. I was going to hold close to, it's going to be a trivia question. You just broke loose.
Well, you know what? The whole world knows it would look kind of dumb if we don't say it. Fly ball into center field. Grisham makes the play. You know who's really red hot right now?
Who's it?
Our producer, Troy Benjamin. Because he had that all planned for later on.
He got to make up another one.
He'll get over it.
No, it's easy to say. He's down in the truck. He's a long way away.
Yeah.
If he was in the booth, he'd be like pinocchling you on the head right now.
He's a strong guy, too. So here's Edgar Carroll. 0 for 3 against Fried. 2 outs here in the 8th. Yankees lead 5-1. 0-1. Oh, and 2. Don't see him throw the cutter much. Those are 2 cutters. Usually fastball change.
Yeah, he's got to have something that's hard that he can control. And if he can throw that for a strike, then it just makes his changeup unhittable.
There's the 4-seamer. He's got good velocity on it today, 96. He's usually at 94.
Well, either that was a really good changeup or it was a mix-up because that didn't look easy behind the plate.
Just missed with the fastball. You know, there's been so many different roles for Williams. First closer, didn't pitch well, then tried to build back up, got the closer again, then he didn't pitch well, and now you can see that Boone really trusts him. He's really high left dev. You're going to see him in big spots in the postseason.
Left dev, is that a new one?
Yeah, it just came up with it. Chop. Fielded there by Goldschmidt, steps on the bag to get Kiro. And a 1-2-3 inning for high left dev. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Your local Tri-State Buick dealers. One more game against the White Sox tomorrow night. Then the Orioles come to town Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. And that's it for the regular season. That line, the second week, well, we have to see where the Yankees finish before we can fill that line. Yankees up 5-1. Here's Cam Booser. See what lefties slug against him, 289. And he's going to face Chisholm, Volpe, and McMahon. So Booster, 33 years old. Only his second Major League season. It's final in Toronto. Red Sox win 7-1. So if the Yankees hold on, they will be in a tie for first place. We know, though, they lose the tiebreaker, so they still have to gain another game to take control of the East. If you think about it, when the Yankees went into Toronto and got slapped around in that series, you could never have imagined this being the case on, what is it, September 24th.
Yeah, there's been some weird things happening in the last couple weeks. We've talked about Detroit. Now you're talking about Toronto. Houston's going to have to make a run because they fell back. Seattle went ahead.
The last time the Yankees and the Blue Jays were tied, you have to go back to July 2nd. Ground ball second base, my drop. Gets Chisholm. 1 away. There's Anthony Volpe, another hit tonight, 1 for 3, a double, and he scored in the second inning. And there's a strike.
You know, I know team camaraderie is really important, right, Michael? But you know, I just watched Jazz he grounded out to second, and you know, you walk back to the dugout, and guys are high-fiving you and patting you. You know, it's like I don't understand what just happened there. Am I missing something? You know, you're frustrated as a player. You didn't get a hit. I don't want to high-five you for grounding out to the second baseman. Just saying.
So if somebody did that to you, would you snap?
No, but I mean, you want results in baseball. You know, good swings sooner or later will get you results. But the last thing I want to do is high-five my teammate after I just hit a 16 hopper to second base.
So let me amplify for all of you what a big deal it is that the Yankees could be tied, same record as the Blue Jays, if they win this game. Last Wednesday morning, Paul, right, a week ago, the Blue Jays had a 5-game lead over the Yankees. That was a week ago. Since then, the Blue Jays are 1-6, and the Yankees are 3 outs away from going 6-1.
Yeah, there's been some amazing finishes here. Anxious to see what's going to happen this weekend.
Right back to Booser. He gets Volpe for out number 2. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. And there's Ryan McMahon. Grounded foul.
Yeah, the reason the Blue Jays, even if the Yankees win tonight, they'll be tied in the division. But the Blue Jays 8-5 against the Yankees this year, so
that could loom very large. 0-2 on McMahon, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. A little bit high, 1-2. On McMahon. In the 9th inning, it'll be Vargas, Montgomery, and Sosa as the Yankees will try to close this out. And here's the 3-2. And McMahon works a walk.
Well, Booster was adamant about throwing that curveball for a strike. He threw 3 or 4 of them in a row. Not able to put McMahon away.
Runner on first. Held by Vargas. There's Grisham. Runner goes. That one's drilled deep to right center field. There it goes. See ya. Another home run for Grisham. Number 34. And the Yankees lead 7-1.
Well, we were talking about Grisham and that offensive year that he's had. Well, he's just added to it. 34th home run. Finally got a fastball from Boucher. He had missed with so many breaking balls. Grisham sat on a fastball and didn't miss it.
Home runs, 74 runs batted in. What a season for Grisham. Judge swings over the cutter. 0-1.
Yeah, fastball right there. Grisham knew it right off the bat. Little bat flip. Down in the bullpen and a nice catch.
High drive, right center field. That ball is gone. Number 51 for Judge. An amazing season continues for the Yankee captain. 8-1.
You're just getting that feeling by watching him the last few days. His swings are just locked in. He's starting to see pitches. All of a sudden, Michael, back-to-back years, 50 and 51 hit in the same night for Aaron Judge.
And his 46th multi-home run game as a Yankee. 51 home runs, 109 runs batted in. You can't make it up, and if you tried to make it up, no one would believe it.
Well, it's, you know what, some guys are just better than others, and you're watching it the best right now.
Center field off the bat of Bellinger, and that'll do it as Taylor makes the play. But the Yankees go back-to-back. A two-run shot by Grisham, and then Aaron Judge says, give me another. Give me 51. Crowd loves it. Teammates love it. He's got to like it, too. Got 4 years in his career. He's had 50 or more home runs. Only Babe Ruth has done that in Yankee history, and that's tied for the most in Major League Baseball history. He's doing stuff that really has not been done that often in the great history of this game.
No, and you know, you're right, Michael. You said earlier, aren't we starting to take it for granted? It just, if you know how hard this game is, you can't take it for granted because the things he's doing, it's just out of control.
Paul Blackburn takes over on the mound, try to get the final 3 outs. Fly ball center field. Grisham is there to make the play. 1 down. All right, it's time for us to name that Yankee. We'll refresh you on the clues. They're saying it's a catcher. Joel Skinner. Good guy, too.
I played against him in the minor leagues. Yeah, it's way back in the vault there. Look, didn't even cover the screen.
He had a good arm. Family had a history in the game as well. Had some power into the Yankee bullpen in Kansas City and into the Bronx night. Some White Sox trivia, he actually moved Carlton Fisk to the outfield and took the catcher's job, but he lost it because he didn't hit enough. The Blue Jays have lost 7-1 to the Red Sox. One and 2. Yankees got him for Ron Kittle and Wayne Tolleson. How about that 36.3% caught stealing rate? And Bob and Joel Skinner, one of 6 father-son managerial duos in Major League Baseball history. An announced crowd of 37,751 as the rain coming down a little harder there, taking some cover. And Montgomery trying to walk off the hurt.
They're getting their money's worth there, huh? Let's pull out the aluminum poncho and just play on.
They are serenading Judge in the outfield now with MVP chants. Strike 3, Montgomery down looking, Yankees and out away. And after that final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. Must be a good feeling to be that great at something.
You know, I was almost just, what do you feel like? Because it's normal to him, and it's just, everybody else is just in awe.
Down the right field line and a foul ball. Two outs here in the ninth. Blackburn trying to close it out. Fried went 7. Williams the scoreless 8th, and now Paul Blackburn. Line drive and a base hit over the head of Volpe into left center field. So the White Sox alive as Bellinger gets the ball in, a 2-out single for Sosa. And a pinch hitter, Will Robertson, for Julks. Popped up. And that'll do it. The Yankees have the same record as the Toronto Blue Jays. They sit atop the American League East. 2 home runs for Judge, giving him 51. The Blue Jays hold the tiebreaker, but there are 4 games remaining in the regular season. And now all the Yankees have to do, Paul, is gain 1 game in those 4 games, and they will win the East.
Yeah, the American League East has got really interesting here in the past week, and it continues with 4 games left. Another one against the White Sox, 3 against Baltimore. Aaron Judge is on fire tonight. Max Fried, another great outing. A lot of smiles for the Yankees, and why not? They're playing good baseball.
Yeah, 19 wins for Fried. That's the most in Major League Baseball. He had a great regular season in his first year with the Yankees. Home run by Grisham, 2 by Judge, a victory by the Yankees. They have the same record as Toronto. We'll be back. Brought to you in part by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. By Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com for more than 80 stores worldwide. And by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. While the Yankees beat the White Sox 8-1. 2 home runs by Aaron Judge, 50 and 51. We'll hear from Aaron with Meredith on the postgame show. Lots more still to come. Stay tuned as the Yankees celebrate a victory.
God bless you. I'm upon this one again. No. Double pro. I met this girl last December. Her name na Monica. She sent me her picture from Twitter. She dey always wear short Nika tie. Monica too fine, no, but Monica too like money. I spend money for Monica. She still the follow. She still the waka. See Monica with trendy boy. I see Monica with the GoPro. I see Monica with some more healer. GC, now we think this up. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material. Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material.
If you get money, Monica go stay with you. If you not go get money, Monica fit stay with you. Monica, follow. If you get big things, she swallow. If you don't get, borrow. Monica don't take for Kalika, fi shame you. If you today no be the same you, why can't they love the same you? Monica when I see for Facebook, Monica go far away. Monica dey with that day, but me I go away. When tell me I like it, just you can't spend money. Monica want come party. If you no come concert, Monica no be dundee, she like dundies.
Come to my place, she go run, come. I swear she go run, come. She see me take out money, she go shake bum. She go shake bum. She dey pepper for mat like say I lick dum. I say I lick dum. She do like skin touch, she know they use condom. I swear she know they use condom. Monica, oh, Monica go kill the best you.
Too
much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material.
Double pro.